It's your girl Esha here, founder of the Carnivalista lifestyle, and here's what I know about you. You have experienced great loss in your life. That loss can be in the form of maybe a loved one who was very foundational to your upbringing. It could be the loss of a friendship that was very important to you or that was very supportive to you, the loss of a job, the loss of a partner. Because of that loss, you taught yourself or you told yourself something that you believe to be fundamentally true. I have experienced many losses throughout the course of my life, but more fundamentally or foundationally, I guess is the way to put it, I experienced the loss of my innocence very young. I am a thriver of sexual abuse, and it's something that I have a chapter on in my book, Carnivalista Lifestyle, about forgiveness, because in order for me to get past that loss, I had to forgive myself. Of course, I did nothing wrong. I was a child. However, the made up story about what was done to me or what happened to me was that I did something to encourage it. I did something to make it happen to me, which of course is not true. But the forgiveness had to come for myself first. That loss definitely contributed to me making up a lot of different stories. One of them was that it was my fault. I didn't deserve to be loved. I didn't deserve love. I didn't deserve happiness. I could go on and on with all of the stories that I made up about that loss of innocence that happened to me so young. And it wasn't until I got older, after struggling with these stories replaying over and over in my head throughout my 20s, it wasn't until I started to travel that initially what started as an escape from these stories that I was making up about myself, from my life that I wasn't happy with at the time, from the relationships that I was in at the time, that I allowed myself to be in at the time, something shifted when I began to broaden my view, when I began to see other parts of the world, or even other parts that were outside of Canada, outside of Toronto, because I'm originally from Toronto. I was born and raised for most of my life there, and partially in Trinidad and Tobago as well. But it wasn't until I began to break the routine, start to travel and see other ways of life, see other parts of the world, and start to experience things, that things started to change for me. And what started as an escape, right? It was definitely escapism initially, evolved into a way that I can incorporate self-love into these trips that I was taking, whether it was treating myself to just laying in bed, or treating myself to a really nice meal at a really nice restaurant. Going for spa treatments. That is one of my favorite things to do when I travel. Every single time I travel, I build in a spa treatment somewhere different, and it's always fun for me. And it is a great time to reflect, relax, and release. Through travel, I also started working through the stories I was telling myself, because the story that I don't deserve self-love was definitely counteracted by the spa treatment in whatever part of the world that I was in, because it was indulgence, and through that, I slowly began to absorb and realize that I deserve this. I deserve to love myself. I deserve to have good things. And of course, it's a journey. It's a process. It's not something that is a light switch. It's not something that you can just turn off or turn on, right? It's definitely something that takes time. It's a process. And as I began to surround myself with supportive people to work through that loss of innocence that happened so very young, for me. That was really how I began to turn things around and really bring good things to me. Getting to that place for me was a journey, and I want to encourage you to do the same and believe that it's possible for you, because it is your birthright. You deserve it. It is for you. You deserve it. It is for you. Although you have experienced a lot of loss in your life, whatever that loss is, please know that you will be okay. You deserve to be supported. You deserve to love yourself with no explanation or apology or justification. You deserve it. And I want you to know that, because that's what I know about you. Thank you so much for watching, and definitely get plugged into the Carnivalista lifestyle community by joining our mailing list. And as always, you deserve love, happiness, and carnival. We'll see you soon.